Well, the guy was so nice I didn't want to pull up my camera and video him while we were loading it and everything, and had a friend of mine with me while we were unloading it. But I figured I'd get you guys a video of it as it came in. It is a 1988, sorry, down there, 88 Honda 4Trax 300 4x4, which normally they have a sticker up here, but this one's missing, and also bushing's missing inside there. Front tires are crazily bald. Rear actually, like, pretty much new. Rear end looks pretty good. It's a shaft drive. Shaft drive to that left side. Drum on the right. Looks like it's got a trailer hitch, so you can put a ball on it. Actually, I just noticed in there. I have no idea how you're supposed to get this off. Oh, maybe this. Oh, nifty. And it's empty. Go figure. But, at least that's cool. Yeah. I know. So I took the spark plug out of it because the coil was completely off. This wasn't even attached. Oh, sorry, look up here. This wasn't even attached. And the plug, the boot wasn't even on the spark plug inside there. So I had a feeling there was something going on. And I'm pretty sure what happened is it lost spark due to some sort of issue and was parked that way. I don't think these are factory. They might be. Because I've seen a couple of these like that, and I've seen some racks with these front racks on it, and the rears like that. But I really have no clue on this. I do know it has the factory key, and the lovely guy who I bought this from, it was actually their grandparents, I think. So, yeah, they bought it brand new, and then they just, after a certain amount of time, stopped driving it, and, well, probably parked it for some issue, and now it's just dead on the other stuff. But it's a nice little ATV, and it shouldn't be crazy hard to get going. Brakes leave much to be desired. I'm pretty sure they just have no fluid inside of them or something like that. I saw this. I have no clue what this is for. Flip over, roll over, or snorkel when you go swimming with it. I have no clue. So we're gonna have some fun digging into this the next couple days. I already ordered a few parts just because he told me it might need it, and I figured I'll order the parts because they're not easily repairable. It's a CDI box, ignition coil, spark plug, and battery. I can tell you battery is shot because those lights should turn on when it's got ignition. But it does have kickstart, so if we all wanted to, check. I've got the ability to kick it over, but I do think it needs a battery in it, and I don't even know if it has a battery at this point. So we will come back. Operator only, no passengers. That's a bummer. I was hoping my wife could ride with me, but whatever. So this is gonna be a fun little UTV. I'm gonna see maybe if I can get some plastics for it, because this one is shot, but the other ones are nice. And I mean, that's really the only plastic that's damaged, and the seat's shot. But oh, and this is missing. There should be a plastic there, but I think it's just because the battery's been dead for so long. I don't know. Anyway, I will be back on this camera filming some troubleshooting on it probably tomorrow morning when I wake up. It's kind of time for dinner, and I'm ready to go in and relax. I've worked today, and I ended up going 2 hours to go pick this thing up, so it's really like an hour and 15 to his house. But hour 15 there, hour 15 back. It took me time. So with that, I'm going to pause for tonight and come back in the morning.
Alrighty, well, we're going to go ahead and just start tearing this thing apart. Sorry, forgot to get gloves. I really kind of want to get it down to bare. Like, I know it's going to need a battery. I know it's going to need a few things, so I'm going to get it stripped a little bit to where I can work on it a bit easier. I'm also, seeing how it was, I have a pretty good idea that someone has been working on this thing at some point and hasn't put it back together all the way. So I'm pretty sure I'm missing some parts. Yeah, this airbox right here is loose. And there were some squirrels in there at one point, and it's a screw. Keep that there. Bracket is already removed. Battery is easily accessible. Get these parts put up so I don't lose them. Wonder. Yep. Gas tank bolt wasn't even tight. Wasn't even tight on it, and I know the fuel line's not even connected. Is it like, yeah. Looks in good condition. I don't see any rustles. That's good. Yep. So spark plug's out. Ignition coil's laying down there on the ground. Of course, I took the spark plug out last night because I was wondering why the spark plug was disconnected from the spark plug boot. So I just took it out and took a look at it. Can I get this put back? They did put the bolt back where it was. Let me get you in a better position so you can see what I'm actually doing, because I don't think you can see it. So, just for perspective, cylinder's head's here. The ignition coil's right here, but it is bolted to right there. So I'm gonna, I think this goes through here. Does it? Yeah, that looks like that fits there. Let me get a socket. What size do you think that is? I bet you it's an 8. Because it looks too small for a 10. Yep, and it is an 8. 8 millimeter. So I got that on. Let's check for spark. I doubt we'll have it just because of everyone that was unbolted. So, and the spark plug boot was pulled off. So like, I just have a suspicion we don't have any spark. So let's get you looked at. Looking down at the actual spark plug. Gonna fight me, of course. Okay, yeah, right down there is what we're looking at. And I do have the ignition on. I set the parking brake in case that might need it. That has to be to start it. You guys are just gonna have to tell me what you see, because I can't really see it that well. about you, but I do not see spark from my angle. I'm tempted to try to get jumper cables and see if the electric start aspect will work, because that would be nice. I guess, yeah, I should do that. I'll bring you guys back when I do the electric start. Alright, electric start should work. And what do we see? No spark. Damn it. So that means I need to look into that. And why we're not getting spark. I do know these have CDI ignition, not points. So that's going to be nice that I'm not going to have to worry about setting the points gap and stuff like that. But it's still going to be a pain. So let's get some things taken looked. Let's check that coil for continuity and stuff and see how it's looking. I believe you do the coils from ground to the primary and then ground to the secondary. So secondary aspect is here at this point inside the boot, inside here. Primary is where the power is pushed in, or is where basically it gets its power from. And that's the primary side. And essentially what that's doing is it's basically transforming, because it's just two coils around an iron core, it's converting 12 volts DC, or it's actually, I think it's going to be AC in this. It's all about how you look at it. It's just high voltage it's converting it to. So 12 volts to 120 volts, or probably 12,000 volts, because it's got an arc on that spark plug. And I mean, it's just pretty a standard thing to do. And I'm pretty sure it'll get fixed with a new coil, which I will say, I did order a new coil, a new CDI box. I got a battery coming in, I got tires, I got a carb, a brand new carb. You're not even looking. Let me get you set up, pull back a little bit. I got a new carb, new air filter. I got new front tires, the rear like brand new. And this should be kind of a good little bike once it's done. I just got to get running. So with that, I think what I'm going to do is get my multimeter, get it set up, and we'll take a look at the continuity or resistance on that coil and look at the primary versus secondary side. And if you guys have comments to correct me on it, I would love to hear it. I just know in the past to check it on like little Honda CT70s or Honda Sprees and stuff like that, to check the coil, you measure the primary to ground and secondary to ground, and that gives you your ohmic number, and you can determine whether it's good or not because of the acceptance criteria. So with that, I'm gonna go get my multimeter and get it set up so you guys see it. You guys can see it. Alrighty. So I'm gonna stick a probe right here, making sure to get good contact. And then this is the secondary side, it's the green, because this coil is grounded that way. And you can see we're at 9.17 kilo ohms. It should be too high, I'm pretty sure, because I'm pretty sure these are supposed to be in the ohm, single ohm realm. So I'm gonna go from now the black coil, or the black terminal, to the green. Yeah, that's a good number. The other one, I don't think should be that high. I'm gonna go look online real quick and see what I find, but I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be kilo ohms. So there's a chance that this is the wrong. That coil is not good. Gonna do some real quick Google searching. So I'll bring you right back when I find an answer. So you guys probably won't be able to read this, so I'll just summarize it. basically, when measuring against the primary to the second, or primary to ground, you should see, what does it say? 0.1 to 0.2 ohms. When doing the secondary, or the ground to the secondary side with the spark plug boots on it, you should be seeing about 8.1 to 10 kilo ohms, which we're measuring correctly, so we need to dive into this a little bit more. So I was, now that I'm thinking about this, that actually makes sense because it's just essentially windings. So you're changing the resistance to ground at that point. And this website that I found that has the manual that you subscribe for a minute and then like you can read it and then download it if you need to and stuff like that, has how to test the CDI, which is nice. This area right here, and it goes through making sure the ignition primary coil has continuity, the pulse generator coil has continuity, and this is all at the CDI box, which is, I believe, underneath the front hood. So that's gonna be a fun one to get to. I don't know if I want to take off the plastics or not, but if I take them off, I might be able to power wash it a bit better and get it all cleaned up nice and neat. So that's something I might tackle. So let me pause for a second and think about what I want to do, and we'll then dive in and continue troubleshooting this no spark issue. Alrighty, I just removed the whole front clip just because I had zero access to this connector, and I don't know if you can tell, but I'm having to pry it off because it's so stuck. Oh no, that's because it comes out this way. Yeah, there you go. So that comes out, and now what we'll have to do is we're gonna have to measure continuity. Oops, sorry, bumped you. Let's see. Yeah, you can see everything. I'll try not to bump you again. So we want ohmic. So the first thing, what we're trying to measure is ignition coil, primary coil, which is the black, yellow, and green. So black, yellow, and the solid green. So we want to just probe these two right here. Come on, baby, hold still. We should get a measurement between, looks like 0.1 and 0.2. This back together just in case it requires it. I don't know if this requires to have continuity, a connection between those. 0.4. Slightly higher, but it's alright. I think we're pretty good there. The next is the blue, yellow, and the green. Blue, yellow, and the green. I might just pull this out here. Alright, in this one we should be seeing 290 to 360 ohms. We got 350, so perfect. Making sure the ignition coil switch and engine stop switch are turned on, and the engine switch is to run, and then we are going to measure voltage. Ooh. We're going to measure voltage at, what's that term? We are going to measure voltage at blue, white, and green. So ignition switch is on. And I'm pretty sure it is like ready to run, because we can essentially crank it over. And this would be, what is it? Blue white, or black white, sorry, black white, which is this one right here, and the green and the green. We should get battery voltage here. And we do, which is good. Next, we want to check the gear shift, make sure that we are, yeah, I'll turn that off. I'm following the manual here. That's why I know this. So don't think I know it all, because I don't. We are at 88, so it is the LG/red, which is light green with a red stripe, to the ground, which again is the green. We should see continuity. Yes, we see continuity. And then after that, we want the AC sensor line, which is YW and green. And then there's a note, it says C note also. Disconnect the alternator 3-pin connector Y and check continuities between wire harness below and Y alternator side. Disconnect the alternator 3-pin. I don't really want to disconnect it. That's a lot of work. Just bolt loose. Sorry, distracted. Can you, how I bumped you again? No, you can still see. So, looks like yellow, white, and green, we should see no continuity. And it's very important to make sure you do keep your connectors together. And then yellow, white, and yellow on the engine, or the coil's 3-pin connector, which is right here. What is it? Yellow, white, yellow. Yeah, where's my pocket screwdrivers? There they are. So we have 3 wires, yellow, white, and we should see continuity between this yellow, white here, right in my hand, and I'll take a I'll show you where I'm connecting to here in a second once I actually test it. And we have continuity. Awesome. So yeah, I'm pretty sure with that, it's the CDI box that's failed us. Which is good because I ordered a new one. Because I had a theory that that was going to cause my issues. So, taking it off the stand. So you can see I've been testing these two probes. Here, let me zoom out. Been testing these two connectors. And then for the last one, we came over here and we were checking this, which was located in here. So because of that, I think we are to a point where I can't do any more troubleshooting on the ignition system because it is working. Everything's supposed to be as it is except for the CDI box is not working. So what I think I'm going to do is I am going to put the old CDI box back on so I don't get water in the connectors. Zip tie it up because it is missing its boot. This one, this little ignition box and the other one are both missing its boot. I think I'm going to zip tie them up like that. Oops, sorry, focus camera. Or Justin, focus. And we're going to zip tie that one up there and zip tie the CDI box up there. And then from that, I am going to get my power washer out, and I think I have some degreaser, and we're gonna just spray the living son of a gun down. I'm gonna keep the spark plug in, of course, because I don't want water going in there. And I'm gonna close up the air box. But other than that, I'm gonna power wash the son of a gun out of this, and it's gonna make it, we're gonna make it really clean, so that way I don't really have to worry about wearing gloves anymore while working, because they are not conducive to fine maneuvers. So with that, I'm gonna take a look or button some things up and go get some degreaser if I don't have it, or spray it down, and I'll get you stuck in the sand for some fun power washing. So I really quickly figured I'd show you this. I just pulled the battery out to get it ready to power wash, and I noticed this 10, 16 of 13. So this quad hasn't had a new battery since 2013, and those batteries last a maximum of like 3 years, 2 years typically, I think. So it's been sitting since 15. Hard to believe, at least since 15 it's been sitting, and it's still, it wasn't seized, it wasn't locked up. It probably was parts due to either bad battery or CDI box failure. And it hasn't been ran since. So, man, Honda built a good product. Sorry for the distraction. I just got pulling that and I noticed, and I was like, man, I should show this. So